What's up, fellas of YouTube, fellas and ladies of YouTube? King Cine here, and I am reviewing Goon, Last of the Enforcers. This movie popped up in my queue, and I decided, okay, I will watch it. So, I have to say, the first Goon was like this kind of surprise. It was like a little cute film, very much an indie. But I didn't think it made that much money, and it really didn't, except in Canada. The Canadian box office for the first Goon was great. So it justified making a sequel. 6 years later, though. One, so let's break down the problems going into this movie. One, I I had to go back and rewatch the first one because it's not that memorable. And I watched it just a couple days ago. I could barely tell you the plot. It's it's pretty bad. I mean, I will say that because I mean, I remember enjoying the jokes, that worked, the jokes that worked. Um, but overall, it's not that memorable, which is bad for a film because you want to remember a film. If you can't remember a film like a day after seeing it, you have an issue there. There's a big issue there. So let's talk about um, Goon, Last of the Enforcers, the sequel that no one asked for. I don't even think Canadians asked for the sequel. So, but everybody's back. Um, I guess everybody was able to clear their schedule, which is actually very rare for a sequel. Especially so many years later. Usually, sequels that happen years later, they either have to write characters out or put the main character in a different spot. Um, you a big example of this is the Speed sequel. They got this genius idea to do a sequel to Speed, and Sandra Bullock came back for it, but Keanu's career had just skyrocketed, and he was like, I'm too busy. I can't. Too busy. I can't do it, man." Whoa. So yeah, just now, I can't remember Speed 2. I forget if Keanu's character is there, or if it's just Sandra Bullock interacting with another guy. But hmm, really bad sequel. So another example of this is last year's Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie. Everyone in the movie had gotten recast because they just waited too long to make another Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie. Um, but props to them for getting everybody back. I think one of the main issues, because everybody kind of was able to fall right back into their character, except for Allison Pill, who was definitely like one of the better parts of the original movie. What happened to her accent? It was like something distinct. I don't know if it's because I watched the movies back to back or not, but it was like I just noticed it was gone, and I'm like, um, you're a hardcore Canadian, love. Where's your Canadian accent? It's gone. Eh? Um, Still, one of my favorite aspects of the film is Kim Coates as the coach. I love Kim Coates as an actor. I loved him in Sons of Anarchy. I thought he was great in Sons of Anarchy. He just has, you could tell he just really doesn't want to be there, but he's having a lot of fun, yelling and screaming and being that. Like, movie coach that you see. It's like he's having some fun, you know. And he's like the only actor, in my opinion, that looks like he's having any fun in this movie whatsoever. Um, I think Sean William Scott's career is dying. I think this might have been like some attempt by him to go, yeah, I'm still relevant. I haven't made another American Pie sequel in a while, but I'm still relevant. Watch my movies, please. Um, and I've never really liked. He was really much a one hit gag. Even his other movies that I've seen him in. Um, but Goon was like the first one. I was like, oh, he's not playing who he normally is. That's awesome. That's really cool that he's not playing who he normally is. But this time it was like overly annoying because they basically created the villain for the sequel has like the same level of stupidity as he does. Like he's almost the exact same character. I'm just like, why couldn't they have just switched the focus? Like in the sequel, do a different Goon. I don't know. Maybe another person who in the first one I thought was really, really good was Liev Schreiber. Uh, had a lot of fun in the first one. Um, I could tell he had some fun here too. Um, maybe even more fun than he did in the first one. So, um, Jay Baruschel, he's back in this for a very small role compared to his first one, where he kind of had like this big supporting role, and that was because he was brought on because he is a super huge hockey fan. So he was brought in to co-write the script. So he kind of wrote himself into the script in the first one. This time he's behind the camera, um, and I will say this for Jay Baruchel. I like Jay Baruchel. I've always kind of stood by him. I'm like, oh, stop giving Jay Baruchel some crap. He's actually really, really good. He's really, really funny. I still think one of his best roles, other than his How to Train Your Dragon films, is This Is the End. I think he's really, really good in that. But this is his like first big kind of directorial debut, and I don't know. I don't know. This would not be the one that I would have gone with to start my career with. You know, maybe this was a passion project for him. Um, I certainly hope so. I certainly hope it was just a passion project, and maybe he agreed to something. Okay, you can do this, but you have to come do this. So, but I'm not sure. I mean, I'm really looking forward to him next year in How to Train Your Dragon 3, which is officially entered pre-production stages. So they're doing the voice, they're doing the drawing, and they're going to get ready to do the recording. So, but overall, Goon Last of the Enforcers takes almost every single gag from the first one, puts it on repeat, and this is almost all the time with comedy sequels. Almost any comedy sequel ever. Hangover 2 did it. Hangover was a really, really good movie. It was like this standout movie. It had never been done before. To the extent that they did it. And then everybody tried to copy Hangover, including Hangover. Um, you know, so I mean, movies are still trying to top Hangover in like the so good it when you're. It's like a fun drunk. It's like a fun movie to get drunk to because it's like, yeah, it's not because you can laugh at it if you're sober, but you laugh at a lot more stuff if you're drunk. This is a movie where, not even the first one, I don't even think it would be, like, funnier if I was drunk or something. Um, this is just, it's boring. It's boring. Like, I didn't laugh. I thought it really didn't know what exactly it was trying to tell. Um, because, like, the first one, it's based on a real person. This is just, like, I guess trying to capitalize on the first one, but no one saw the first one. And I don't think anyone really saw this one either. I think this one really slipped under the rug. It only had one trailer. I don't think anybody really went to go see it. I don't even think hardcore hockey fans went to go see it. So, um, overall, both Goon films, really, they're both really forgettable. Like, almost immediately after watching them. Uh, I mean, I think this one's slightly more memorable, and the only thing I'm really gonna remember is the fact, uh, like, uh, that I'm just gonna really remember Kim Coates as the coach. That's like the only thing I'm gonna take out from it. I don't think I'm gonna look at this movie and go, "Oh, I know that person from Goon," because that's in this I've seen in better things. And hopefully, probably with the exception of Sean William Scott, we'll move on to better things. Like I said, Jay Baruschel already moving forward with How to Train Your Dragon 3. Liev Schreiber, I don't think this is going to hurt his career. I really don't. I think, Liev Schreiber's just, he's still got stuff to piggyback on. He's like, oh, but I was in this. Um, Allison Pill, I don't think she's been growing. I don't think this is gonna hurt. I think she did this as a favor to Jay Baruchel, which will probably play off later. Like, oh, give me a role in How to Train Your Dragon 3. But like I said, probably the person that's gonna be hurt the most out of this is Sean William Scott. His career's already been dying. He did try to resurrect it with an American Pie reunion. That didn't work. His gag was kind of dead. Stickler gag was dead at that point. No one liked it anymore. It killed the American Pie franchise. God. And to be fair, no one really is going, where's Sean William Scott? So I do feel sorry for him, because I feel sorry for any actor who reaches that point in their career where they are just done. Now, I can never say they are always going to be done, because Michael fucking Keaton got into a rut of just bad film after bad film after bad film. And then magic happened with the idea of him being in Birdman, which was almost a joke at him. It was like a big giant jab at him, but he decided to be in it. It was like his being John Malkovich. And another example, John Malkovich in a rut, being John Malkovich, brought John Malkovich back into the spotlight. Because he went from Con Air to like a bunch of bad movies, and then Being John Malkovich comes out, and it was great. It was absolutely fantastic. Because he just got to go fucking nuts in that movie. It was great. See Being John Malkovich. I might do a review for that, because that's just such a good movie. Um, but yeah, so Goon, Last of the Enforcers, not a good movie, really forgettable, and it's gonna get a D. Thanks for watching, guys, as always. And if you like what you see, drop a like and subscribe below. Thanks.